to provide you with a crowd update. So let's get going.
It is Tuesday, January 16th. It is definitely the off season now, and it is about 11 a.m. in the morning. Just hopped over from DCA, so we're gonna rock around the park and look at crowd lines throughout the rides. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Let's go over here and start off in Adventureland. If this is your first crowd update of mine, as we approach rides, I like to look at the line and guess how long it is. And I'm gonna say this one is broken. So what we'll do is at the very end of our loop, we'll swing back in here real quick to check and see if Jungle Cruise is open and what the wait time is. No guessing going on over here. It's posted at 50 minutes for Indiana Jones Adventure. In fact, the standby is so long, they're using this extension queue and they're crossing the gap up here. So this area down here is the standby area and it is completely full. Up there on the bridge on the other side is the lightning lane queue. And they do tend to prioritize the lightning lane in this attraction because that line is pretty short. These videos are designed to give you a feel of what the congestion in the park looks like both in walkways and in ride lines so that you know what to expect if you are coming in the next couple of months in particular, but maybe even if you're planning a trip for next year around this time. Mid-January till about the beginning of March is what this will look like. Adventureland Treehouse is a walk-on. They've already got the extended queue for Pirates of the Caribbean out, which means they are anticipating using it at some point today. But since they're not, let's go ahead and say this ride is also broken.
Not a good look, Disneyland.
Haunted Mansion is still open as of the time of this filming. It closes on January 22nd, and the queue is all the way out here. Construction walls are up for where they're going to be doing construction on the extended queue. This is new. Here a week ago and that was not there, so it's interesting to see. Of course there'll be even more in about a week.
And Haunted Mansion's posted at a 60-minute wait.
Ooh, Tiana's Foods barrel water tower is up there. I don't remember seeing that the last time that I was here. So, making progress on Tiana's Bayou Adventure. Coming up is a ride that I use to gauge crowd levels in the park, and that's going to be Davy Crockett's Explorer Canoes. The other day it was super slammed here, and the line was out and like wrapped around, and so I've never seen that before. Not too many people down here, so yeah, pretty good. Got a little backup here in Critter Country. Is that the line for Winnie the Pooh? It is! It is the line for Winnie the Pooh. They're even utilizing the full entirety of the queue. Wow, that's a long line. This is another ride that I feel like I use to gauge crowds. And for the off-season, I am surprised. But it only says it's posted a 15-minute wait, so, I mean, that's not that bad.
Not sure I believe it, though. I'm going to say 25.
I mean, there isn't much of an off-season at Disneyland anymore. There used to be times of the year that you could rest assured like the park was empty. And there are, of course, times of the year that are less crowded than others. Like spring break is just massively nuts that pretty much any other time is not going to compare. But it's, yeah, a lot more crowded today than, you know, you would think for the off-season. A lot of that has to do with tiered pricing on tickets. And if you go to purchase a single-day ticket, you'll notice that Disney actually has 7 different tiers of prices. And during the off-season, they actually have lower prices to encourage guests to come and fill up the park. And so it used to be that people would mostly just come when they could on weekends or during, you know, summer. But now there's this little extra incentive to make Disney cheaper, come during the off-season, and that makes the off-season a little bit busier.
The other thing to consider is that today is Tuesday, January 16th, and yesterday was Martin Luther King Jr. Day, which I know my kids had off of school, so it's possible. I mean, I figured, you know, people would be back to school today. They would just have taken a 3-day weekend, but maybe they pulled their kids out an extra day and have taken a 4-day weekend. Who knows?
Rise of the Resistance queue looking pretty good. No outdoor queue. Everyone's just walking straight into the indoor portion. Ooh, that means this line is going to be between 35 and 45 minutes. It's hard to say. My camera hates these screens, but that does say 45 minutes.
Little tidbit about Rise, posted at 45, but it's probably about 20 to 25 minutes to the first pre-show. Sometimes we call it the Ray Room because Ray delivers a message there for you. And I feel like that's when the experience actually starts. So it usually takes about 20 minutes from the Ray Room until you're getting on the ride, but there are 3 total pre-shows and a whole lot of fun that happens in there. So yeah, really, even though it's posted at 45, you could probably say it's more like 25. Which, if I wasn't clear, is really, really good for Rise. That could also be used as another benchmark because it's usually the longest ride in the park. I feel like maybe Haunted Mansion was 60 because it's disappearing in a week, and we might not see it again for another 6 to 7 months. So people are just getting their fill. Smuggler's Run doesn't have an outdoor queue, so it's going to be hard to guess, but we'll just go and check out the signage. Woo! That's posted at a 95-minute wait. Are you kidding me? 95 minutes when Rise is only 45? That does not make any sense. The single rider line is almost always empty, though. Every time I've gone up there, I've gotten straight on the ride. So right here to the left goes to Fantasyland, but we don't want to go there just yet. We're going to Frontierland. This is usually a major congestion area of the park, and yeah, it's not too bad right now. So this is nice. Big Thunder Mountain is always a bit of a mixed bag here. The line looks longer than it is, and it's usually posted longer than it is, so all I can do is take a shot in the dark. 35 minutes? It says it's 50, but Amy told me she's waited in this long, extended queue over here before, and it's only been about 35, so I think we could probably say 35. Of course, there's never a wait for the boats. You can just usually get on right away. Here we are 9 days post-Christmas, and still got some snow on the castle. I can tell it's in the middle of being switched over because a lot of the crenellations are missing their flags and things. You know, it used to be they'd do this whole changeover in a single day. And Fantasyland, another usually very congested area, so we'll see how the walkways are. Peter Pan to the right here, almost always a full queue. Usually very rare that this ride is under 30 minutes. I saw it at 50 when I was here last week. What is it now?